This is Paul Pearson, host of Star Time. And when I'm not translating the lyrics of Boogie Oogie Oogie for bored Europeans, I'm listening to Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
Do you want to reach out to the Vietnamese community in Seattle? Just advertise in Le Việt Tây Bắc, that is Northwest Vietnamese News, the longest running Vietnamese language newspaper in our region. Go to nvnorthwest.com.
What's on your heart? Are you exhausted at the lack of progress for people of color in business, politics, and life? This is Cindy Bright, the host of Heartbeat Radio. Each week, we explore this heart condition of the country that is affecting you and me. We have real conversations about what's necessary for change. It's time to change this dialogue. Will you join this Heartbeat weekly, Wednesdays at 7 p.m. on Rainier Avenue Radio?
Hi, I'm Paul Pearson of Star Time. Did you know that back in the 9th century, Rainier Avenue Radio was the host of the first annual Gregorian chant-off? Man, that was tight. Well, times have changed and so have we. Now you can hear all the great Rainier Avenue radio shows on our mobile app for Android and iPhone. It's completely free on the Google Play Store and the iPhone App Store. The Rainier Avenue Radio App.
What's up, everyone? It's your girl, Queen Bree, inviting you to come join me on Clean Greens Living. Broadcasted Tuesdays, 12:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, live right here on Rainier Avenue Radio. On Clean Greens Living, we talk farming, community, and ways to being healthy. So come join me and let's discuss ways to create a healthier you and a healthier community.
Hello, my name is Pastor Derek Lane, and I live and pastor here in the Othello community. I'm vaccinated because I know how illness can hurt the community. As a grandfather, I am boosted to help protect my 3.5-year-old granddaughter who can't be. I don't want to see members of my community die needlessly. And as a pastor, I've had funerals for those who caught COVID, but none from taking the vaccine. If you have questions, need resources, or want to make an appointment, visit kingcounty.gov/vaccine.
You're listening to Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
Hey.
Hey, sis.
Hey, sis. How was you?
I'm good. I'm so tired.
Oh my God. Tired is an understatement with me. I'm just been up early, ripping and running, doing the usual,
Yeah.
Trying to get a good lighting. Shit, I ain't never laid in a bed and did this. Okay, maybe this.
There we go.
Yeah. Welcome, everyone to Bawsule Outlet. I'm your host, Ebony, and host, Tiffany. And today we're going to talk about from the bottom to success and that there is hope. So we have a special guest.
Sis, wait, you keep freezing.
Do I?
Mm-hmm.
Am I freezing now?
It's freezing in and out, yeah.
Oh, this is different. I know, right? Never had to do this before.
You want me to get my light more on you?
No.
Yeah. You're frozen, sis.
Am I freezing? Okay, well, let's bring Mariah on. I'm gonna log out and log back in.
Okay.
Hey, Mariah.
Hi.
Welcome to Bawsule Outlet. And
Thank you.
This is the host, Tiffany. Am I freezing to you?
Not to me, girl. You're fine on my end.
And I can't even see her.
What? Daniel, what's going on?
What is...
I don't know, because she says I'm not freezing. And then you can't see her. He said Tiffany's internet is probably boo-boo. Daniel ain't right. So, Tiffany, how you doing, girl?
I'm all right. I'm okay.
Well, welcome to Bawsule Outlet.
Thank you.
All right, Tiff, you there? Tiff? Are you?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Can you see everything?
I don't know what.
Daniel said that your internet is boo-boo.
I don't know what's going on. You're freezing, Ebony.
Yeah,
I don't know what is going on.
It's your internet. Log on through your phone. Log on through your phone. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, today's topic Today's topic is going to be from the bottom to success, because we all have been at the bottom, but we need to talk about how you can get to your success, right? Not giving up on your goals and dreams and aspirations. So today we have special guest Mariah, which is a born hustler, okay? She does everything to hustle and make her money. She's LPN, but she has a lot of talents and gifts. So welcome, Mariah.
Thank you.
So you want to talk about your struggle from the bottom to success, because you wasn't always a nurse.
No, I wasn't. But I got my LPN through the military. I was in the Army Reserves for 10 years.
Wow.
So to me, that was a huge blessing. I think that some people don't have access to, or, I don't have any student loans. My schooling was paid for completely by the military, which I, regardless of anyone's political views, there are really good benefits that come with being in the military. I had a great math teacher in high school who was in the reserves, and my best friend and I actually joined together. We went to boot camp together. We went to our advanced individual training together, same job in the military, same schooling. Before I was a nurse, I was a health inspector in the military, and I did that the first 6 years I was in.
And did you have children? Were you doing all of this with children?
So I joined right out of high school, so I was 18. And then after I came home from boot camp, I got pregnant with my son, and I had my son when I was 20. And then I deployed 5 days after my son's first birthday, and I went to Honduras for 9 months. Yeah, that was really a really weird experience, So I missed basically the whole second year of my son's life.
Wow.
And I, it was an unplanned pregnancy. I was 19. We weren't in a relationship by any means. We had only known each other for a couple months, and, it was just one of those accident things. And, his dad didn't want to really be involved, and of course didn't think the baby was his. You know how men are, you know how they are. And, he wanted me to terminate, obviously, and was like, you're 19, I'm significantly older than you. You just started your military career. And, I kind of had a talk with my higher power and said, obviously he or she's trying to tell me something to kind of pull my head out of, stuck. My head was stuck, and I was young and dumb and 19 and
young, dumb, and full of cum. That's what my
yeah. So, and this is like horrible, but the same week that I conceived my son, and I know the specific date that I got pregnant with my son, I lost my job. I lost my apartment. I had to move in with my grandma, and I got a DUI at 19 years old. So,
wow.
You want to talk about coming from the bottom, like that's kind of a rough start for a 19-year-old kid,
Yes.
So, I was like, okay, all these things happened to me in the same week. obviously I need to pull my head out of my rear end and kind of like get my life together. And so that kind of started it, I think, and trying to overcome those obstacles, you know, legal obstacles, being a single 20-year-old mom with no job, trying to go to college, you know, and then my military obligation with the reserves as well. So I think that kind of was like a pretty low point for me early in adulthood. And I just made the decision that I was in the military before I had a kid, and I wasn't willing to not have the kid. So I was going to figure out how to make it work. And so I did that, and I deployed, and I came home, and my son and I moved to California with a significant other. I had met someone on my deployment who was from California.
Is that the one who kicked you out his house? Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I think it is, but it's like I gotta be like, wait, did more than one kick me out of their house? It was like he ended up cheating on me with a coworker. They had a baby.
Oh my
they
God.
gave the baby up for adoption, and he basically told me like, you need to go back to Washington. And 6 weeks before he ended our relationship and told me about his infidelity, he asked me to quit the job that I had down in California to be a stay-at-home mom for my son. And he has a son who's
that's reckless.
Yeah. So he had just asked me to quit my job, and 6 weeks later,
and the whole time he was cheating on you.
Yeah. And he broke up with me 6 weeks after I quit my job because I was raising his son, who's a year older than my son, full time.
Wow.
And then told you to get your ass back to Washington.
Yep. So
that's foul. That is foul.
Yeah. And he did nasty things. I mean, like, he put my name on a credit card that he maxed out and has never paid. I didn't even find it on I didn't even know about it.
See, my Bawsule queens, this is the bottom. When you got a man that brings to Cali,
right,
and cheat on you and tell you to quit your job and be a stay-at-home mom and then go have a baby by someone else.
Yeah.
And then the baby's born, and then he tells you to take your ass back to Washington.
Yeah. And the last time, I haven't had contact with him for a number of years. You know, this was my early 20s, so I was dumb. I had no idea. I haven't had contact with him for many, many years, maybe since like 2018. But the last I knew, they were still together. You know what I mean? And they had given their baby up for adoption. They didn't even keep the baby. She hid the pregnancy from all their coworkers, took 6 months off from work. Girl, let me tell you, I used to have like a little pocket knife that he had given me. We had matching pocket knives with one, like, I'm serious. It was called the Rainier, and he bought it because I'm from Washington. We have Mount Rainier. He bought matching 3 of them, one for me, one for him, and our best friend, whose name is Joe, who we were deployed with. So we all had this Rainier pocket knife. Girl, let me tell you, I showed up at their work, and I was like, where is she? Did she have a baby?
Use the pocket knife?
Oh, yeah. I'm serious. And she just so happened to not be there that day because she was picking their boss up from the Oakland airport.
Oh my gosh. This is unfiltered talk.
Okay, yeah, it is. I mean, I showed up and one of their coworkers was like, no, she's not here. She went to the airport to pick the boss up down in Oakland. And I was like, oh, well, did she have a kid? Did she have a baby? Was she pregnant? And her coworker is the one who told me that she took 6 months off from work for medical reasons. I was like, this is not the 1940s. We don't hide stuff like this. Like, we don't send women off to nunneries and convents to hide their pregnancies. So, I mean, like, they took no responsibility for their actions. Oh, yeah, girl, I showed up. I showed up with my knife and was like, where is she? Gonna find out. So, Yeah, this was the bottom. It was not
I think you needed to go to iRage. I got a girl who does iRage. I think iRage was the where you needed to go, where you just beat up on stuff and use a bat and just swing at stuff and just
smash
your anger out.
Yes.
I said a lot of killers come up out of Washington. We got the I-5 killer, the Craigslist killer, the Green River. I'm telling you, we need iRage. So let's talk about your success. Let's talk about that for a couple of minutes.
Yeah. I was gonna say what changed to where you were like, I got to get my shit together before I cut a bitch.
Yeah.
My job as a health inspector in the military doesn't directly transfer over. The certifications don't transfer over to the civilian side. And so I came back to Washington, didn't have anything, didn't have a job, didn't have any money, couldn't take care of my kid. So I was like, okay, what can I do? And actually, the whole reason I'm a nurse is because my ex, the one who I'm talking about, he was like, your job in the military doesn't transfer. You should reclass, which means you go back to school and you change your job in the military. And he was like, the LPN is a direct transfer from military to civilian. So, the whole reason I'm a nurse is because he had suggested it to me before, about a year before our relationship ended. And it was something I was looking into. And then I found out all this crazy nonsense that was going on. And so I was like, well, I guess I'm going to go be a nurse in the Army, and they're going to pay for my school. They're going to pay me full time. And so then I left my son for another year, and I went to nursing school down in Texas through the Army. I was gone for 13 months. And
it is a story.
Yeah.
It's commented in and said, what a story. It is a story. You have a journey, my love, where you just transitioned from a caterpillar to a beautiful butterfly.
Well, thank you.
So, you got a lot of blessings, and God was definitely on your side throughout the journey. And I just want to say you're a fighter. Me knowing you personally, you're definitely a go-getter.
Yeah. I mean, you have to be, and that was something I was thinking about coming on to the show tonight, is like, some people, I thought maybe someone would ask the question, like, how do you do it, or like, how do any of us do it, right? And honestly, my response is barely. That's the realistic one, barely. But
you almost made me pee on myself. I'm sorry. And I'm in a position. And my tattoo guy, Marcel, he's over here rolling. She said barely.
Barely. But we don't have a choice, especially as women, and especially as mothers. We don't have a choice. You have to make it work.
Absolutely.
Yes. So, well, thank you for your story. And let's touch on Tiff. Tiff, how you go from the bottom to the top?
Oh, shit. I mean, I'm still in
between. Right? Exactly. I feel you, girl. I feel you.
I'm still, I've spoke about my story way too many times. So in March, I came home from work and my soon-to-be ex-husband had moved out. And so we're in a new house, just bought this house last year. So, I've spoke about this so many times, left, because I didn't want to be with them, but moved out when I was at work and didn't hear from him for months until this was in March, heard from him like a couple weeks ago. We got to get together to get everything together with the divorce. But I would say that's my bottom because mortgage is due. I just finished I just graduated
before he left.
I just graduated from this program for my business. So I work full time and I have my boutique, and all of a sudden everything is on Tiffany. The motherfucker left and everything's on me. So I think probably I would say in March really was like bottom. I've had a lot of bottoms, but I would say March was a bottom because it wasn't expected. It was we're not going to be together and I'm just going to stay here until I find something and then we'll figure it out. It wasn't, oh, you don't want to be with me, so I'm about to just leave this whole house to you. Like, yo, like you're not even on this mortgage.
He just quit paying the bills. He quit paying the bills and everything.
I didn't hear from him. I literally came home one day on a Thursday. My house was destroyed. He moved the fuck out and gave me $1.00. And this is like bottom because I have a shop. So I still have my boutique. Wow. I still have a mortgage. So I'm responsible for all this shit. So I would say I'm like, I mean, I've graduated the program. My business is still going, but I mean, that shit there, when you don't plan, you know, when something like that just hits you and it's like, this is a new fucking house and you just left. And so it went from a 2-income household to where it's like, oh, I don't have any fucking choice but to try to handle and move some shit around and make stuff happen, you know. And I have a 17 and 18-year-old at home still, and they don't understand that Monday through Friday I'm at the hospital working.
Yeah.
But weekends I'm hustling and busting my ass for my boutique because no matter what, these bills are still, they're not going to stop. So I feel you, Mariah, when you say barely, because I'm like, look, what the fuck can we pay? What's not going to get disconnected? What can we move around? What can wait? Right. You know, it's like he left me in a fucked up position but the shit that I'm doing now, the, you know, going to school and graduating this program and, you know, and just having to move shit around, but make it work.
Moving though, sis, and I commend you because, you know, he didn't break you. You know, you're still moving and you're still ambitious. Yeah. You're still hitting your goals. You know, it was a little bit of setback, but it's a comeback though.
Oh, it was a major setback, but this come up is gonna be fucking epic.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it's gonna be epic. So I think certain situations force you to level up when you're not expecting it. Like I was expecting you're gonna stay here until, you know, you figure it out. I didn't think you was gonna be a bitch and sneak out when I was at work, which was a whole bitch move, and being older, not say I'm a sneak out and move, which is fine, but I'm still gonna take care of what I need to in this household because this is what the fuck a man is. It was, you know what, you don't want to be with me, so I'm a just go ahead and leave you right here, and it makes me hustle and work even harder. But then sometimes it's like I don't want to work this hard, you know.
Right. Yeah,
I don't want to work this hard.
I don't want to have to work this hard either.
Yeah,
it's not fair.
No, and it's like you do what you have to do. So that's why I say sometimes it's like when you're forced to level up, it's like, fuck, I really don't want to, or, you know, it would be nice if I could just get up and just leave. Like I was used to just let me book something real quick and hop my ass and just go. And now it's like, shit. I mean, where are you going, Tiffany, to work? Fly your ass to work. You know what I mean? So, but it's definitely made me stronger. And I mean, I'm kicking ass. I mean, it's not always easy, you know what I mean?
You graduated the accelerator program, girl. They about to pay your rent for 1 year.
For a whole year.
You did that.
Yeah.
So congratulations.
And so this is working full time. This is maintaining my business, trying to keep some kind of sanity and still take care of this household and a 17 and 18-year-old, you know, and still keep shit as normal as you can, you know, as you can.
Every event, like when do you sleep? You be at every freaking event.
I am this weekend. I'm at an event Saturday and Sunday. I have events.
That's what I'm saying. Like you
gotta do what you gotta do. I'll fucking sleep when I can afford to hire motherfuckers to run my business for me. That's when I'm gonna sleep. Until then, I'm in hustle mode.
Amen. And
I'm in hustle mode.
I commend both of you guys, man. Because the struggle is real and people need to understand that. Don't give up. No matter what the setback is, you know, plan for your future comeback. Keep pushing, keep grinding, keep doing it. There's a lot of people who need that motivation, Tiff and Mariah, that, you know, don't think that there's light at the end of the tunnel. And you guys are inspirations.
Oh yeah, and it's like I feel like you do what you have to do at the end of the day. You know, I have my days where I lose my shit. You know, my birthday was Sunday. I turned 42, and this was my first year not celebrating. Like, I literally booked a hotel and I went like an hour away, and I stayed my ass in the hotel the whole damn time. I came out one time and grabbed food. I stayed in the hotel the whole weekend. I came home last night.
Thank you, Tony.
And all I did was worked on my business. Figured out, because I'm on the go so much. So I had to get away from my house to focus. I literally had to get away from my house, and my laptop was in my face, and my tequila was next to the nightstand. I had to reset. I had to but in order for me to focus, though, even though I have this amazing house, I had to get the fuck away from this house to get refocused and recharged. And I came back last night, and I was like, oh yeah, we got this. We're about to kill this. Like, my business, I'm about to kill it, you know, but you got to do what you have to do. And sometimes you have to take yourself out of
happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Sometimes you have to take yourself. We're forced into some situations are just uncomfortable. And sometimes you got to just figure out what the hell you got to do to get out of this. And for me, I knew I needed to step away from my house and get refocused because everything was coming at me. I just feel like I was being tested left and right. And I was like, motherfuckers is about to see the older Tiffany, the older, younger Tiffany, the ignorant one. And
they don't want to see that one.
And that one back then didn't have anything to lose versus now I'm 42 and I have so much shit going. I could lose everything if I let, you know, this shit that really doesn't matter get to me. So I just needed to just take a step back and reset. Oh, I'm like amazing. I'm good now.
Look refreshed. Your eyes don't look droopy or nothing.
No, because you know I be exhausted because I'm always on the go.
Yeah.
So, you know, I feel like we have to do what we have to do, you know, and I feel like just not even discrediting people that don't have kids, but I'm just saying, I feel like when we're mothers, it pushes us even more, you know, to really take care of our babies, but it really pushes us even more to be like, you know what? I'm about to show them that no matter what, because I mean, they're older, they're 17 and 18. So it's no, and they see, you know, I walk through this motherfucker screaming sometimes.
They look so proud of you when you were at the graduation. So they were proud of their mom.
Yeah, they see that mama's doing it, you know, but the thing is shit can be thrown at you and you can get all kind of curveballs thrown at you. And the thing is what are you going to do? You're going to sit there and fucking soak? Are you going to sit there and soak and feel sorry for yourself? Hell no. I can't call the mortgage people and be like, I'm feeling sorry for myself, so I'm not going to pay my mortgage. Okay, well, you're going to get the hell out. You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, that's true. Facts.
You know, it don't work like that. That would be nice if it did, but at the end of the day, I'm like, hey, my husband left. They're like, okay, so do we need to work out a payment? Like, when can you get this mortgage? It don't matter. You do what you have to do, and I'm in fucking hustle mode right now.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm anxious to see your comeback because it's about
to be epic. It's about to be epic.
Yes.
And Karma's gonna eat his whole ass up, and I'm gonna be over here living my best life with somebody's son.
I just had this conversation with two of my girlfriends. You know, I don't drink alcohol. I don't smoke weed. I don't do any type of other recreational drugs. And a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, how do you not drink alcohol? Well, one, I can't afford it because I'm a single mom with 2 kids. Ain't nobody else, you know, my child support doesn't come through like it's supposed to every month.
Right.
I can't afford it. Can't afford to do drugs. You know, can't even smoke weed to chill out if I wanted to because I can't afford it. But also, you know, at the end of the day, like I was telling my girlfriend, Ivory, no one else is going to take care of my kids.
Thank you. Thank you.
No one else is going to take care of my kids. I have 2 different baby daddies. Neither one of them pays me child support. You know, one of them's like $6,500 behind in back pay.
Oh, wait a minute. We got 1 minute left.
You know.
To sit in. So I want to say thank you, Mariah, for coming on. See you guys.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
These are hot topics that we need to talk about.
Absolutely. Your story is absolutely I'm gonna have to get me a breast cancer tattoo from your tattoo guy, Ebony.
He is the bomb. You know, I'm gonna show you the picture. Book with him. Is
already know. All right, Mariah, it was amazing having you on. Thank you so much. Your story was amazing. Sis, I love you. I'll talk to you later.
Thank you, Mariah.
Thank you, Mariah.
Tuesday. Thank you.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.